In this short video, we're going to look at the elements that are on your u3a group pages. So again, we'll use this demo group and we'll click on that to go in, which is taking me into an editing mode. And if we click on this symbol that is known as a hamburger, the 3 parallel offset lines, this will then reveal the different blocks that are on this web page. The title doesn't show up there because that's the overall title of your page and that it belongs to the u3a group. So Bread Making for Beginners Demo Group, that's the name of the u3a group, and it's this page that we're editing. If we go down the blocks on the left-hand side, you will then see that the first one we have is called u3a Single Group Data. When you view it in this editing mode, you see this following statement. It's a placeholder where a table of information held for the group is shown. So the information that you actually enter that is held at the bottom of this page. But when it's viewed by anybody accessing our website, what they will see is that data filled in. So if we just quickly look at that to see what that looks like in a new tab, you can see there we've got the group data, the information that people really need to know about as a basic level for knowing when you meet, who's leading the group, etc. So we'll go back to editing mode. So that's the single group data placeholder on the right hand side. The next block is called WVu3a group header, which I've set up to be on every single web page for every single u3a group we have. And it's giving standard information. So it's highlighting the fact that anybody can try out a group, but they can only try out one group, one interest group meeting, one monthly meeting before they decide whether to join. Gives them information about the joining and gives a button so they can click that to join if they want to. So that's on every page. So I'd beg you not to delete that. You could if you were particularly mean there, but please don't. On the following paragraphs, this is just starts to be the places where you can add information you particularly wanted to put in for your groups. If you want to add extra paragraphs, then you can. You put in a paragraph, you type the information. If you want to delete it, you delete it. Below that, there's a separator, which essentially is a horizontal line, and then the followings are set up as standard headings again. Group events and meetings with a u3a events list. So if you've set up u3a events for your group, they'll turn up when this is populated and published. Any meetings, any events you've set up will show here. They'll be linked with your group because in your events, when you set them up, you have to set them up as being for your group. Below that, there's another separator. Then there's a heading latest posts. So we'll come back to this in a lot more detail later. But essentially, if you want to set up separate pages or posts that have interesting information or archival information that you would want to share with your group, you can do them here and they'll be published again because you will identify them as being associated with your group. They'll be published in this place. So query loops and posts are something we're going to come back to in a later video because they're a little bit more complicated. It's just a question of setting a couple of parameters correctly, and that's all we need to do. But they're set that up there so that if you want to have posts, they will always turn up on your page. And then the final thing is another separator. So obviously you can add all sorts of additional blocks to your page to make it as interesting and complex and sophisticated as you like. But this is the basics that we have